You know when you're really tired, but you hear fireworks? So I've been waiting for these darn fireworks all night. Let's see if we can see them. Oh, look. I can't see them. Darn it. I can hear them. I know. But we can't see them, can we? But they sound good. Who knew that fireworks were fun to listen to? Well, you know, that's just to say it. So I have tried to go see the fireworks, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And we just got home. I know, they sound pretty good. President for duty. What's the occasion? Well, it was the first baseball game in Edenton. We have a baseball team called the Edenton Steamers, and it was their first game. Yeah, dog. You want to come out and listen to the fireworks? Come on, you can listen. We'll go anywhere, though. No, we're not going anywhere. We're going to sit right here and listen. No, ma'am. Come back up here. Come. Ooh, look at the fireworks. You love fireworks. So Honor is Amos's service dog, and she was trained as a little puppy. She thinks fireworks are fun. Yes, they are fun. They don't scare her. Is that it? Wait, I hear little ones. I think that's it. Okay, come on inside. Well, that was it. No, she loves fireworks. The Battle of Edenton. That's sort of funny. Turn the light on because there are going to be teenagers flooding in here in about 5 minutes. Yeah. Amos, do you want some mini wheats? I have mini wheats, or I can make you some toast. Oh my God, he's driving me crazy. Everyone, he wants Fruit Loops, and he's had like 10 dinners. Your beagle hates fireworks. I am tired. Legitimately. It's worrying you? It's not fireworks? No, it's been planned for months. It was fireworks. For heaven's sakes, Betsy. It was a big day today. Look, Lori, you left too. Lori, my hairdresser, was there. I got to talk to her. Maybe while I'm tired, I ate a whole bag of donuts. Those little round ones in sugar. You're watching the Duker show on Prime. Oh my God, that would wear my ass out. That's what I should do. So today was a really big day. Deborah, you didn't see my subscriber video from Rose's? I was shopping at Rose's earlier. Are you adopting? Adopting what? An exercise regime or donut eating? We had, what happened today? Oh, we had not one, but 2 award ceremonies for Amos, which was fun. Took the teenagers, and Daddy came, and then he graduated from the Air Force Academy. That's exciting. Hi, Denise, new subscriber. Yes, I shared his video of his first award ceremony. And then it was great. And then my husband took the boys to Wendy's, and I went to pick up my daughter from her math exam, and Amos wanted to go to the playground. So we did that. Well, then my nanny texted me and said, I think I just saw your boys walking down Virginia Road. I was like, really? Which is like basically like connects to the highway. So my husband had left them at Wendy's, and I was supposed to meet them there, but I was late. So they were walking home. Sorry, I'm so itchy. Somebody must be talking about me. And so I picked them up, and then I took the big three to the doctor for their well checks. And they proceeded to like basically fight like cats and dogs at the well check appointment, which I'm sure was wonderful, wonderful entertainment for our delightful practitioner, Matt Parker. Yes, I think the teenagers enjoyed the award ceremony. I really do think they did. They wouldn't admit it, but they did. Yeah, I mean, one of them said, "You have AIDS on your foot." Like, who talks about AIDS anymore? I mean, what a fool. Anyway. And like one of them has some sort of rash, fungus, and then they're arguing about who's taller. And then Matt was like, "I think our height thing is broken." They love that because then they, are dying to be 6 feet. And they're like 5'10.5" and 5'11". Yes, Amos got the Bookworm Award with a bookworm. Why did they fight at the doctor? Nose itching means you're going to have company. What? Are you kidding? Is there any company coming? I think nose itching means that there's like gnats or in my nose. I think Amos will be the tallest. I mean, that's like the worst thing I've ever heard. So then I went to a transition meeting with people from our school, Amos's school. So it was our vice principal, his second grade teacher, his exceptional children's teacher, vice principal from the other school, resource teacher from the other school, and me. And we had the best meeting. It was the vice principal was my middle son's like second grade teacher, I think. So everybody I knew except one person, which is nice. And it was just the best meeting. And I'll tell you, I think that a lot of times you hear negatives about kids have disabilities and IEP meetings. I think there's a lot of just kind of topics. And I will tell you, and I'm not giving my self credit for this, but I've always had a good relationship. And maybe I don't know what I want, but we get along well. And I was telling the principal earlier today, I was like, I feel like I can really count on y'all and trust you. And I really do. And that goes so far that, and I mean, I've had people that I don't necessarily feel like that, but the majority of everyone is trust. I hate bullshit. And I know I'm not supposed to cuss. I shouldn't cuss, blah, blah, blah. But like, don't bullshit me. Like, when somebody talks like in a sing-songy voice, or they like try to pretend everything is hunky-dory, like that really pisses me off. I mean, I just have negative zero threshold for baloney. Like, just shoot me straight. Like, I don't ever need to hear something because you think it's what I want to hear. It annoys me. Yes. What? Okay. I'm coming. Here, mommy is coming. It's bedtime. I just think as a special needs mom, like, I guess that's not a good title for it because I don't have special needs myself, but like, get educated, Adrian. What the hell does that mean? Kiss my ass. Yeah, I have a huge BS detector, right? What is it? Do you want me to turn the fan on?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready to get in your own bed?
I need some Fruit Loops.
Yes, I know you want Fruit Loops, and we will have them for breakfast.
No.
Somebody's talking about somebody that wears a size 17 sneaker. You want me to turn off the TV?
No.
Okay. Melissa did a whole piece earlier on the things her autistic son is dealing with at school. Heartbreaking. Well, yeah, that would just, it's like, you just have a point where you can't deal and you're done. Hold on, somebody said something really good. Nicole said, I think it's because we deal with real life crap every day. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's like, I had somebody recently say to me, like, as a special needs mom, you're going to have to. And I was like, did you really just tell me what I'm going to have to do as a special needs mom? Like, you're not a special needs mom. But me no like that. No, she does not like that. Now, if you're a special needs mom and you give me advice, that's fine. Or if you have a good relationship with somebody, like I trust his teachers and our administrators. It's really nice. So that if you are a professional working with families, like, go out of your way to build relationships with families, because it has made such a difference for me. Now everybody's fighting over me being educated. And I have such loyal followers. That's why we cannot tolerate fakery. Fakery. But seriously, I mean, if you build a relationship with somebody, it helps deter from having negative. I think sometimes it's like, well, we're just going to pretend everything might be a problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'll tell you one reason that I know I'm crazy is because tonight, so I had Amos's meeting, took Blair to a birthday party, went and had a drink at the birthday party, went home, and I was like, I'm going to take Amos. A friend was like, are y'all going to go to the Steamers game? I was like, you know what? I'm going to take Amos to the Steamers game. I'll have no expectations. And my nanny was like, well, I took him yesterday. There wasn't a game, but he did great. He went under the bleachers, but there's like a walkthrough through there. I was like, that's fine. We'll do that. Bad idea. Well, Phyllis, it's been a very big, long day, and I'm just sort of sharding the day's activities. So he wants to go on the field at the game so he can read the signs. You cannot go on the field at a baseball game. It's absolutely not okay. Amos really doesn't like to be told that you can't do something. Oh, I already know about the Home Goods going to Westwood Pharmacy. I already heard about it. So I stayed there with him for about 40 minutes. I paid, my $10, and didn't get to talk to anybody because I was over guarding him, like in the corner, and listening to him call the baseball players the shut-uppers, which is what he calls people that he is mad at. The shut-uppers, the bad shut-up guys on the field. Shut up, guys. No, yeah. And then I was like, so the only way to get in the baseball game, you have to walk past 3 sets of people sitting in bleachers. You sent me a message. Did you get it? I doubt it. I mean, I don't even know if I don't even know where all my children are. I did not check messages. It's dark because I'm sitting in here in the room with Amos. Uh-oh, I hear somebody coming. Oh, here they come. And hi. And I was like, how am I going to get him out of here? It's going to be terrible. What?
I'm gonna spend the night so that tomorrow morning I'll be up.
Spend the night where?
At Emily's.
Tomorrow morning you'll be up. Who, what? What?
Up for lesson. Did you text Gary and tell him?
Yes, I told you that. But what time is the thing tomorrow? Where's Russell? Where's Thomas? She's spending the night out. And I was like, how am I going to get... Our kids do not process the word no very well. Right. So I was like thinking, how am I going to get him out of here? Because I can't, he's too big to pick up. And this is a real problem. So I see this, I see this baseball man. No, I did not tell my children about that video on Facebook. That old video that I shared with the subscribers, no, they would be pissed. And I see a man come through my gate that says administration only. And I'm like, you must have been mortified. No, I wasn't mortified. No, that's not what I was feeling. I was annoyed. Mortify is not something I feel very often anymore. Pissed. Sometimes I get pissed. Like I came home and I said, I am very mad at you. Which I don't normally say. I'm just admitting this to y'all because there's some mom out there that feels terrible to tell her special needs child that she's very mad at them. But you know, damn it, we're humans and sometimes we are mad. It didn't last very long. So anyway, we go through this secret gate. Well, then we end up in this area and I'm like, oh my God, we're trapped in here. It's almost like going in a trap door. So then we have to go in another door that says, I mean, I promise you, I'm not like doing drugs. What was wrong with my nose? And then we have to go through another door inside, and then we have to unlock a door to get out. I mean, it went on and on and on. And then he was like, didn't want to leave, but thank goodness we got out of there because I was like, I'm not going to be able to leave this game. Legit, I couldn't have left. I mean, I can't pick him up and carry him past 3 like that. When you have a toddler and they're autistic and you can pick them up and carry them, but like, this might be why my friend Kate Swenson says often, like, we can't go places in public. Love you. Because I get it now. Because I would have been stuck there. Like, I could have called Thomas to come get him, but like, we would have had to carry him out or bribe him. I mean, it's... Seriously, these are real people problems. It's okay to say no. I say no is no. So if you say no, then if you say no, it just makes it worse. So there's no real benefit of saying no. It's just not, it's not. Trust me, it's not worth it. I mean, that's one thing we talked about in the transition meeting today. Like his teachers, we were all like, yeah, it's not really good to say no. Catherine Kingbury, the Edenton Shutter-Uppers, sponsored by Downtown Diva. He called the baseball players, yeah, the bad shutter-uppers, the bad shut-uppers. Does giving choices work? No. No, giving choices does not work. No, there's no choice. The only choice for this sweet little thing was he was tired. He wanted to go on the field. That's what he wanted to do. Well, if I could have, I was like, we can go get ice cream. We can go get donuts. We can go get, and he was like, no, who's that? Oh, these are people picking up and dropping off my children. It's like spies out here. I tell you what, I love to live in a small town. We live about 3 blocks from everybody, which is so nice. And the kids, if they don't walk home, somebody can bring them or come get their clothes or whatever. It's really nice. Like all my big 3 kids are all out and about having a ball, and they're all within 5 blocks of my house. The shutter-uppers, why does he call them that? Because he wants to tell them to shut up. That's why he calls people shutter-uppers. I know some people think that he uses this language because, like, I use it, but I don't. I mean, I shouldn't get blamed for it. I mean, I don't tell people to shut up. Not normally. I've never told him to shut up. Is this a subscriber-only video? No, this is a big video. I had a subscriber video this morning, a coffee chat, and I did one at Rose's when I was shopping. Danielle, it didn't work. Hi, Adrienne. So happy you survived this busy day. I did survive. And you know what? The day was good. Then tonight, so I got him out of the darn baseball game and came home, and my husband had picked up our daughter from birthday and brought her home, and he said, how was the baseball game? And I said, shutter-upper, shutter-upper, the shutter-uppers. And he was like, oh, and Blair goes, that's why I didn't want to go. I wasn't about to go with y'all. You need an assistant. Oh my God, I have like 100. I mean, I have a lot of help. I mean, I really do. But I'm so glad to hear that. Because normally people are like, oh, you're lazy. You have a nanny. I'm like, well, I work full time. Nobody says to like a teacher that works, I can't believe you have child care, lazy ass. I mean, of course I have a nanny. Nanny/caregiver. If you had Amos, you would need a break too. Especially if you're trying to work. Yes, and I have somebody that helps me with the house too. I mean, I have help. I need more because I'm incompetent and I don't get enough sleep. I need a clone. Well, I would never want 2 of me. 1 is plenty. Yeah, I mean, I don't tell people to shut up. I mean, what can I call somebody a shutter-upper? What awards did Amos get? He got the Bubblegum Award. I can't remember what it even means. He was better at the first awards than the second awards. The second awards, he had a bottle of hand sanitizer in this expandable like ball. And the teacher was like, his teachers are just delightful. He can sit here. He can, he has a little beanbag and books. Anyway, it's just been such a good year. Do you worry about when he's bigger than you? Well, I don't worry about it, but I mean, it's a problem. Like tonight, I literally thought to myself, I can't get out of this baseball game. Like, what am I going to do? Yes, he used to call them efferbots. Now they're shut-uppers. I really need and want help. You make me tired watching you move all the time. Why do complaining people listen? Because there are people out there and they have a sickness. The sickness is called, you told Russell to shut up. I mean, probably once. But I mean, I've never told Amos to shut up. And see, Russell doesn't say shut up. But the, what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, but if you let Amos go on that darn field one time, oh, why do people complain? It's a sickness. People want to watch me and complain. Like, I can't imagine right now being like, what do I hate on that TV? And I'm going to watch it. And then I'm going to send, whoever, let's say, who could I not like? Kanye West. So Kanye West annoys me. Well, I don't listen to Kanye West and then send him messages. Like, I get legit messages. Mean, terrible messages, which is why I have a subscriber page, because that lessens down. Somehow when people have to pay $5 a month, they're generally nice. Now, there's a couple of them that are bad, but $5 a month will really lessen people's behavior. In fact, I think if you built a town and you had to pay $5 a month to live in the town, I think crime would be way down. He needs to be punished for that. I want to just see who said that. Wanda Dingler. I'm sorry, Wanda. I love your name. Wanda Dingler is going to give me advice on what I should be doing with Amos. I wish my name were Wanda Dingler. I'm going to get a shirt and say, Wanda Dingler has told me that I need to punish Amos. He's not yelling insults at people, Wanda Dingler. He's just saying to himself in general, the shut-uppers are bad with the balls. Oh, God. If I don't laugh, I might not make it. Hold on. I'm getting my subscriber thing. Yeah, I used to shush Amos. I would be like, shush. And he would say, don't shush me. I'm telling you, he does not do well. And the teacher said today, when he is doing something, what we say is you need to go find a quiet place and you just, when you're ready, come back over. Royal, you punished me? You're going to resubscribe tonight? Yay. I'm so glad, but I didn't know you had punished me. Punished me? Don't punish me. What type of discipline works for him? There's not really... I'm firm with him when it matters, but he doesn't really do things. There's nothing, I don't know. You can't really, it is so not like, okay, I'll tell you what it's like. If you've had a dog, right? Maybe you've had a Labrador. You've had a few labs, right? And you've potty trained the dog, and the dog chases the tennis ball, and the dog goes to the beach and swims, and you're good at the dog, right? Well, then suddenly I'm going to drop off a cat at your house. And you're going to tell the cat, you're going to say to the cat, don't go in the street, cat. Now tell me, do you see that, just think for a minute. This is life. This might be life-breaking, life-changing, life-breaking. There is a leash law for dogs, right? Do you know why there's no leash law for cats? Because everybody knows a cat wouldn't walk on a leash. So cats, we just can't even handle cats. So we don't have any rules for cats. Cats can go in other people's yard. They can piss all over their front steps. They can do anything they want. Dogs have to be on leashes. They have to follow all these rules. Not cats. Amos is a cat. And the other kids are like my dogs. It's just, You can't make a cat do something. And yes, he has meltdowns, which aren't tantrums. Trust me, it is tiring. It's hard. Like, my dad doesn't really understand Amos. I think he just thinks he's like, bad. It's tiring. It is so, so, so tiring because you have to defend and deflect and protect him from the world and try to educate the world. And then when it comes time to like figuring it all out, you're just tired, which is why tonight I said, I am mad at you. And he was like, don't, Mommy's not mad. Then he was mad at me for saying I'm mad. And I said, you're right. Mommy is not mad at you. Mommy wants to hug you. Mommy's not mad. But Mommy was mad for a minute, but I'm not mad now. So I try to be open and honest with him. But I mean, when he is having a fit at that baseball game, I know that he is super upset. He really wanted to go and read those signs. My other 9.5-year-olds no more wanted to go to the baseball game to read the signs than they did to go to the baseball game and like, I don't know, lick toilets. I mean, typical 9-year-olds want to go to a baseball game and eat snacks and hang out with their friends and watch the game. Amos doesn't want to do that. But I want to take him places. I don't know. I shouldn't have gone tonight. I should have waited. But sometimes I really want things to happen. And I overextend. Like I don't know. I'm like pretty social and my husband is pretty social. And we have a nanny / caregiver, but like we don't have somebody every second because we're his parents. We can't always, we don't want to not be with him. But I was thinking tonight, like for 17 years, I have never been able to leave my house and not arrange something for him. Unless he's gone, like with our caregiver for a weekend or a week or something. But like 17 years, I can't walk out this door. Now I can during the school day, right? Which is great. But that is a really long time to have no freedom. And I love freedom. I like freedom. I'm Adrienne Freedom Wood. Like that is what I love spontaneity and just, if I feel like going to the beach, like that's how I lived a whole life before him. And when my big three were little, we were always upping and going and doing, and we can't do that. And it's just, it's just the way it is. And it's just the way it is. But I think it's, when it comes time then to be like, well, you should, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to like blow up, Yes, so I want to expose him to things, but like tonight, we had a big day already. I probably should have just not done that. And honestly, he does better for our nanny caregiver than he does for me. He does better. Like I can't take him to get a haircut and she can. And I think some of that is, how you'd be when I was little and I'd get sick at school. And the minute my mom answered the phone, I'd start crying. I think I'm Amos's super safe place. So he can be his whole free self when I'm around, Any cat can be trained. Well, I got a cat over here. I don't even know how to have a cat and have it not be fat. Like dogs, again, you just put out the food and they eat it. You control their weight. Well, I've got a cat that like needs Wegovy like me. Oh God, Wanda Dingler, you're still here. Dingler, Dingleberry. Oh, God. Have y'all ever heard of a dingleberry? Why does he do so well with his caregiver? Maybe she's stricter. Wanda. Like, sounds terrible. Bet if you use the same methods in pet training? No, I don't think that would work. If I trained Amos like a cat. Can cats take Wegovy? I take Wegovy. And I tell you what, you better not be taking any of that fake Wegovy because the FDA said that's not good. Oh, look at my kitty. Look at that bad, bad kitty. The kitty is pissed because I bought him a collar at Rose's and now he can't eat and torture all the tiny baby birds that he keeps bringing in the freaking house. Do you like your new collar, Tiptoe? Oh, who just hit me? Oh, that was the dog. Say hello. Hello. You look so handsome. Yes, you do. You gonna say hi? Oh, you wanna? Okay, here, you purr too. Look. This is what people do when they don't have children anymore. They just have animals. And they sit around and talk to their animals. It won't ever be me. I'll just be surrounded by animals and children my whole life. Some people just don't understand having special needs children. They don't grow out of it. Oh, that's such a good thing. We have to depend on medication and changes all the time. Yes, Shelby, you've just won a free month of my subscriber page. They don't grow out of it. What a concept to talk about. And I mean, I take medicine. I take Wegovy and Zoloft. Amos takes Buspar and Guanfacine. All sorts of mess. Hot Western New York. And I'm not saying that to y'all to be like, wah, 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 like, you know, my mother used to say to me, this is the littlest record player in the world. Do you know what it says? It says, too bad, too bad. I don't mean it like to be a whiny pot, but I think there's sometimes I want to be really honest so that people like see. I know that my life is really good and I know that it looks good from the outside. I mean, I have white couches, for heaven's sakes. Like somebody that with white couches clearly has it together, right? But then it's like, I want you to really, really see what life is like, you know? And it is great and wonderful. And it's really hard at the same point. And I think it's because I never knew a family like mine. And maybe either I wasn't listening or people weren't talking about it. But I think, you know, I don't ever want to give somebody the impression that like everything is hunky-dory, wonderful, because it's not. It's just is, you know, it is. Yes, thank you, Meg. Yeah, it is. This is what it is. And it's okay to talk about it. And I hope more people will talk about things that are real and what it's really like, you know, whether it's your child's had a disability or you've lost weight or your job sucks. I mean, I don't know, just like talk because I think I don't know. I hope when most people see me out and about that they're like, hey, and they feel like they can talk to me, because I'm not some like pretend bot, as my children call the majority of everyone now, bots. You take Zoloft. Well, Wegovy is for if you're chubby. What was that in my head? I weigh 160. I've gotten to 160, but I haven't gotten any lower. Well, I was like for about 5 minutes last summer. But anyway, to get to 150, I might have to give up my McDonald's coffee, which involves sugar and cream. Wanda Dingle. Oh, well, they learn to adapt and overcome some challenges. But then there are other issues. I'm in a whole new ballgame with my 19-year-old autistic son, 3 jobs in 2 years due to saying things he shouldn't. Oh, I believe it, Kimberly. I bet that is hard. 2 adults with special needs. The other is a 43-year-old man with the mind of a 7-year-old. Yeah, Meg just said, I think sometimes people make me feel like if I share how it really is that I'm being negative. And that's just not fair. I don't, yay, Cheryl. I don't think that the real life of parents of children with disabilities. Oh, thank you, Trev Trade Soaps. I don't think people make me feel guilty for sharing. I feel guilty for sharing. So it's almost like you have to push through admitting the hard things so that you can shake that weight of guilt that comes when you do. Like if I feel like I need to keep doing it so that I'll stop feeling that way. Does that make sense? Like we complain about our typical children and never feel a bit of guilt. But when you complain about your child with special needs, you almost feel like you're like, it literally makes me feel like I've put a sign in front of Amos and say, for sale, $5. Like that's how I feel like if I complain, that's what I'm doing. And I know that's not true. But it is the weirdest thing. So I want to really encourage people to do it, which is why I'm doing it. And it is not easy to do. How do you handle all the craziness from the comments? They really don't bother me. If it's something maybe terrible, but I generally just laugh at them, which is probably mean. Like I'm not being mean to Wanda Dingleberry, but I generally laugh. Tiptoe has rare markings, my cat does. That darn thing wandered into our yard under the trampoline when he weighed about a half a pound. This is a bad kitty that came in my yard. Yes, he was a bad, tiny little kitten. Yes, he was a bad kitty. My friend Trish said he's called a rag doll. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. I like to call it venting. I don't know what it is, but I've recovered. But boy, I was annoyed after that game. Darn it. Is that a real name or a code for the cat or myself? No, the cat's name is Tiptoe. But he was named by somebody who was about 9 at the time. I also had, one thing that's bothered me is when people give me advice. I don't do well with advice. I've never done well with advice. Way before I had Amos, I'm sort of a know-it-all type. I don't like advice. But I had somebody tell me recently, they were like, well, there's lots of programs that Amos can do in the summer. It's like, what you talking about, Willis? I said, there are? She goes, yeah. Wanda said I didn't have her name right. Sorry, Wanda Dingle. She said, yeah, there's vacation Bible schools and there's rec department camps. And I was like, Amos going to the rec department camps and vacation Bible school? Yeah, he can do that. I was sitting there thinking, what if I just dropped Amos's Fanny off at vacation Bible school? I mean, one, they would know who he was, and two, they would be terrified to tell me that I had to stay. And then three, what would they do with him? Or a rec department camp. Like, what if I dropped Amos off at kayaking? I mean, hello, that no work, right? And this is somebody that like really should know this kind of stuff. And I said, I just don't, I don't need to have him. I don't need to beg for Amos to do everything. Like, I beg enough for him to be a part of things. I can't always beg. And she was like, as a special needs mother, you're always going to have to do that. I was like, okay, that's a wrong thing to say to me when you're not a special needs mother. I mean, I have a very low tolerance of advice and like somebody that, yeah, thank you. They don't understand that my child going to camp means that I have to go too. I mean, yeah, like, and this is someone who should be extremely knowledgeable to not understand that I can't drop. It's like something my mother-in-law would say, which would be totally normal if she said it because she's her. But this person is like, supposed to be like an expert in this area. I mean, I drop Amos off at vacation Bible school? I mean, that would be like dropping Amos off at that game tonight. I mean, he would have ended up on the field. You're funny. Oh, I'm funny. Funny, funny, ha ha. Yeah, thank you. Look, she just said, I would love to drop Trevor off and watch the chaos that would explode. Right? Like, I'm glad that somebody thinks that it's so amazing that Amos can just get dropped off for paddling camp. Paddling camp. It's like a bunch of people getting in canoes. And actually, that could be like that show where those men have the buddies. But I guess it would be mean to people with disabilities if I just dropped Amos off in other situations. Yes, you go to VBS with Jackson. Oh, Pamela, I don't want to go to VBS. I don't even want to go to, I'm not going to Vacation Bible School. I don't want to go. And I sure as hell don't want to go with Amos. I mean, at that point, I might as well sit my fanny right here and watch TV. I mean, why do I want to go to Vacation Bible School with him? I mean, that will turn me into an atheist. I'm sorry, I cannot do that. It's too much. What about dropping him off at a place specially equipped for him? Well, that's a wonderful idea. But see, that's the thing. There aren't any places like that on this planet. Sorry, I'm about to pee myself. Yeah, I mean, maybe in heaven there'll be a place. And it'll be like, this is Amos Town. I'll be like, goodbye. It's all fenced in, and there's no glass, and there's nothing hard that can be thrown to break the glass. Oh, God. Yeah, and I mean, I'm the queen of dropping people off. Ask my daughter. She's like, you took me to camp for 2 weeks when I was 7. I was like, I know, I really did full on dropped her off at 7 for 2 weeks. Gosh. I mean, oh, that would have been awesome. Then create one. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's even worse. Phyllis is laughing. But when people say to me, well, if you want it to happen, you should just make it happen. I'm like, well, now you really hate me. So now it's not enough that I can't complain for a minute. Now I have to create the special needs vacation Bible school. So now I'm going to have to plan the whole thing and be there with Amos and a bunch of other Amoses. I mean, it's just getting worse by the second. Oh, God, I'm nuts. I'm going nuts. Ooh, there's a camp in Missouri. I need to look at that. You know what Amos wants to do? Amos wants to basically be like a Saudi Arabian sheik. He needs access to lots of different transportation. He could live with Putin and have his own train. He needs helicopters. He needs. We would like to support someone running for president who will trade us some transportation, and I will use my blog and support you. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. It's going to be like that movie, The Blind Side, you know, where the little brother was negotiating what he was going to get if they recruited his older brother for the school. That's what we're doing. I'm supporting governor for North Carolina and president of the United States. Didn't you leave Russell somewhere by accident? Now that is mean. Why are you bringing that up now? I left Russell at Dunkin' Donuts what time, but what does that have to do with anything? Oh gosh, and now Mary Scott's watching. I'm getting off. Carry on, people. Come be a subscriber. It's real fun. Coffee chat in the morning.